things to us.
Yeah, actually, we're just talking about how we're feeling and then like what we've been focusing on with around comms.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I was a little confused because of the different channel, but I just started the stream, so it should be going now. I'm feeling pretty good. I feel like we've had a lot of meetings and calls today, but things are becoming a lot clearer, and I feel like there's some motivation to move forward on a lot of these things. I looked at the agenda, and I don't see anything that I really need to add, and I see we have a lot of topics to explore, so I won't take too much more time, and I don't know if I'm the last one to go.
You are.
Local,
Thanks, Ashley. Thanks, everyone. Awesome. Okay, so I put together the agenda. I don't know if it's the most logical order. Maybe you guys can just like take a look at it through right now, and if there's things that we think we should like put up to the top to prioritize, maybe it's better. I mean, like I think that talking about this like listed unlisted guide should be higher up on the list, so to make sure that we definitely get to it. But yeah, so feel free to just like rearrange the agenda quickly.
Do we need more people to talk about this listed unlisted thing?
I don't think we need to talk about it more, but I think that if we could, I mean, I created GitHub issues for well, now let's just jump into that. We can do that one first. So I created GitHub issues for like writing the email and also the listed unlisted guide and like getting feedback. So I think it would be just awesome if we could kind of like tackle that. I think probably we're the best people to do it. So yeah, I think we should make a list, an email to projects that are going to remain unlisted, and an email to projects that we're going to cancel based on them like violating the covenant. And yeah, and then just kind of like QA and adding to this like in progress guide that I had started. I don't think anyone went in and made comments on that. So yeah, that's really all I wanted to say about that.
Okay. Is there anything left that for the approval process for this listed unlisted thing, or are we just going by that it was unanimous in that meeting that we're doing it?
I think
like we didn't have Marco or.
Yeah. I mean, well, like what Ashley had said is like if we have a little bit more like interaction around it in the forum, I can kind of like I can put it in governance and like tag Unicorn and be like, hey, we're thinking of going through this. If you like really don't like it, be sure to leave a comment in the forum before like whatever time. And I think I don't know. I think it seems like pretty unanimous. There was a lot of people in that call that we should go ahead with this, and so I can't imagine a lot of pushback. But yeah, like you said, like for advice process, it would be good to.
Well,
at least tag people.
I think it might be a good idea, like at least this way we'll have an email to show. We'll have, the guidelines to show. So we can at least start working on the guidelines, and maybe we bring it to the governance meeting on Monday and see if there's any objections. But at least that way we have something to present if we start at least, working on the email and stuff.
Yeah, that sounds good. Yeah, I agree. So maybe what should we Yeah. So yeah. Does anyone want to take ownership of writing an email? Honestly, I think that what we need to do is make this listed unlisted guide better, and then from there it can be like the email will be a lot easier to write. Like
I think so.
So
yeah, I
maybe
think the guidelines should take priority, and then we can pretty much just probably almost copy paste and augment the guidelines into the email with a little bit of messaging.
Yeah. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to tag you guys in this GitHub issue, so it's like as a reminder, and then so we can all just kind of go through it this week. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Okay, well, great. Shall we move on?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, well, the next thing I had on the agenda is the Giveth doc. So I know the covenant is up there. I think the history is up there too now, right, Mitch?
Yep.
And I love the new design, by the way. It looks so pretty.
Yeah, it looks good.
So I think the only like outstanding things, we had the mission statement. This is kind of like, 2 bullet points. Like the forum post is up there and we still have a little bit of cross debate, but like once that's done, we can put it up. And then the gravity training, I don't know if you guys saw this, but it starts on September 21st. So then we can get that conflict resolution one up there. But then, other than that, I wanted to check in on Mitch, have you been working on the gardens documentation at all yet? Have you started that?
No, I'm waiting for Sasha, but like I think that's like a one hive thing, and I'll just keep it in mind.
Yeah, totally. I just put it on here because last call Danny was talking about like having people doing like more user testing and then like looking at documentation and then how we can cross it over. So like at least like when the documentation is up to date for the gardens, we should put some good links in our Giveth docs that are like sending people to that.
Yeah. No, I'm supposed to hear from Sasha this week to start working on that.
Okay.
Because right now I don't have access to their Git book or anything, so that's my blocker.
Okay. Yeah, so then the only other thing was this Monique was talking about like adding to the Giveth Trace developer docs and maybe putting something to do with Swagger. And I know, Mitch, you said that you would take ownership of that. Does that sound good?
Yeah, yeah, okay. Sure.
Or if you don't want to, somebody
No,
else.
I can do it. I just need to find out what the hell Swagger is.
Right.
Yeah, so I haven't talked to Mohammed yet today, or Monique, but I can own that.
Okay.
My understanding of Swagger is like, you know, like gear that's got like logos on it, or like, just from what I know from the burn, it's kind of like when you join a camp, you know, you get their like cap, or you get their like little badge that they've made, or and all of that stuff is like considered Swagger.
Are you talking about swag?
Swagger is gear. I don't know.
Is that what Giveth Trace wants to add to the documentation?
No, I think that the Swagger thing is like, I don't know. Yeah, it's some kind of like documentation thing that like, I don't know, gives notifications to front end devs about stuff that happened in the back end. And like,
sorry. I think
That's
it
okay, go
also
ahead.
is like an interface for developers that want to use our code, and it allows for like more documentation and notifications for them as well, and like a better process for them to build upon our code. It's something within GitHub, I think, or like within Git somewhere, but I'm also not.
Okay. Well, it sounds like nobody's quite sure, so I guess I'll have to talk to Monique.
Yeah. Okay, well, I just made an issue and assigned it to you. I'll put the link there. Cool.
There's one thing I wanted to bring up about the docs before we move on.
Yeah.
It was just that I noticed like as we're uploading these new docs, there's like a lot of guides and stuff, and I wonder if there's somewhere in the tree structure we can put like guides and tutorials and like have them underneath that rather than be like their own thing as far as the tree structure goes. I don't know what you guys think, but it might be nice.
What do you mean?
Guides and support. So we have like the meetings guide that we just put up, and the Discord guide, and there will be like the contributors guide. So maybe like on the left, instead of each one of those being an individual item, that would be like an additional drop down menu.
You mean like another item on the nav bar at the top, guides?
Yeah, like guides and tutorials or something, and then we can put kind of our newbie information in there, or like we're talking about making more like guides for people who are new to crypto, and like all those kind of documentations could go in there. I'm not sure. It just looks like as the navigation bar gets longer and longer as we upload these new ones, maybe it's good to take into consideration like the organization of the tree structure as we're putting these live.
Yeah. I mean, we just did that like a couple months ago, changing the tree structure. But I'm open to it. Like, it depends how we want to organize it, right? So we have the technical part, and then we have the non-technical part. And then the guides are organized depending on where they lie there, if it's technical or non-technical.
I'm talking only about the what is Giveth.
Okay, so we have a meetings guide. And which other ones were you saying?
We have a Discord guide, and I think that there's another one.
Discord introduction and tutorial.
Maybe like the advice process.
I don't feel strongly that these need to be separated into another nav bar, but I'd like to hear what other people think.
Okay, because there's all, and then there will be like the contributors guide coming as well. So I don't know. It's something to think about as we're uploading these documents. I don't know that
But
we really need to change it right now, but
what can be done is they can all be just put like next to each other in the tree structure. So on the left-hand side, you can have all the guides just together instead of kind of scattered out on the left hand. Does that make sense?
yeah,
It makes sense. It's also the design and brand guidelines. I'm looking at it right now. So there's advice process, meetings, guide. It's like 4 of the 7 points that are here are guides.
So we could just put another drop down that just says guides.
Yeah, hell yeah.
That's a really easy thing to do than creating a whole nother nav bar at the top.
Yeah, just a little drop down I think would make it a lot cleaner.
Okay.
What do you think, Ashley? You like it?
I think that's a great idea, and that's what I meant. I didn't mean to put like another nav bar at the top. I meant just put a little drop down. That's what I meant. Sorry.
Okay, all right. I thought we were like reorganizing the whole thing again, but we're just creating a little subsection. That's fine.
Yay. Well, great. That sounds fantastic. Shall we move on, or do you guys have anything else for docs? Great. Okay. So, well, the mission statement we already sort of talked about. I mean, it seems like, well, I guess let's just touch on it for a second. The mission statement, it's like, you know, there's the vote up in there. So if you guys haven't voted, go in there or add a comment. I think the best thing probably is like to just quickly discuss this in the governance call or engage in the forum. But yeah, I think it'll take a little bit longer till it's done, just to get more engagement. And then the next topic was the Gitcoin grant round 11. So Mitch had made these awesome grant blurbs, and then so Danny and Willie need to update them. I put the bullet points of the action items that are here, so maybe we could just go through them and like do like a quick check. So grant blurbs are done, right, Mitch?
Yeah.
And then so Danny, I noticed you're in the call now. Can you update that on Gitcoin?
Yeah, I just went through, I was looking at it, and I'm going to, so we're on the grant blurb. Yeah, I just had a couple thoughts when I looked at it. It's super simplified, and I put a comment on there that in the past we kind of had some bullet points of what we accomplished in the last phase, and more specificity around what is coming up next. I noticed it was pretty generalized now. And as we update it each time, I just like to have at least something to celebrate what we accomplished and something that's coming up that we think we can push after it. So I just put that comment in without like trying to retype it or figure out what those are at the moment. And yes, I will update it on Gitcoin, both of them, and the Galaxy collection as well.
Maybe, Danny, do you want to add something into it based on like you were saying, some accomplishments? Do you feel like?
Yeah, exactly. I put the comment on there for the moment, and I'm happy to make the changes too.
Yeah, that sounds good. Unless we have any, yeah. What do you think, Mitch? Does that sound cool?
Sorry, to update the Giveth Galaxy description?
She wanted to add into the blurbs like some accomplishments that we had finished in the last, like, since the last Gitcoin grant round or whatever, just to like make it a little bit more like specific. And
oh yeah, okay, yeah, I noticed that in the last one, in some of them. That sounds like a good idea.
Great. Okay, amazing. Oh yeah, so for the next item is this banners thing that we talked about. I made an issue for it, and I like wrote some text that was just like really simple, like Gitcoin grant round starts at this time, donate to Giveth, blah blah blah. But then I talked to Mateo about it, and he was saying that like he thinks a banner would make like the site look really clunky, and was suggesting that perhaps we make kind of like a pop-up, or we make like a notifications bar on Giveth.io. And I don't know if this is like sounds like crazy scope creep, and you guys want to just, because Marco said he could easily design a banner, but yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think about putting a banner or like having it instead like as notifications somewhere else on Giveth.io?
I think a notification will be a lot easier, like a little toast or a pop-up there. it'll be easier to update and to add and remove than putting in a banner.
Yeah, maybe that's best. Like, right now how we have like a give us your feedback, the little pop up there where you can click the X. Like maybe we just make it like that.
Exactly.
Okay.
And then as we need to update it, you're just updating that little card that shows up instead of the whole site every time. Because when the next round comes, we're going to probably want to do it again.
Yeah.
Well, and also now that we have a feedback page and like on the support page and a way for people to give us feedback, maybe we don't necessarily need that GitHub pop-up at the moment, so we can just kind of replace it with the Gitcoin one, and maybe once the round's over it can go back to the GitHub one or whatever. But like maybe it can just take the same place as what's already there.
Yeah, that sounds like a great idea. Okay, so I'll work with Matteo and Marco and yeah, I'll do that. That sounds great. I'll make that happen. Okay, great. So the next two things for the Gitcoin were just making memes and then this like email blast, but we'll do the email blast like closer to the date, so I don't think this necessarily needs to be prepped right now. Well, unless somebody wants to write it out to have it prepared so we could just send it right away. I made a GitHub issue for it.
This is just a blast that we'll send at the beginning of the round to everyone who donated to us before.
Yeah, I think it's just like we updated our project description. Gitcoin Grant Round starts at this time. Like, come check us out.
Mm-hmm. And we've done this for the other rounds.
Yep, I'm happy to do that. I'm the one who can send out the messages to everybody. I can write something up too.
Okay, awesome. Cool. Actually, you're already assigned to this issue, Danny. So great.
Yeah, I thought so. I have to drop for 10 minutes. I'll be right back.
Okay. Awesome. Okay,
I just added her.
Thanks, Mia. So next thing was just the meme party. So I don't know if you guys filled out this doodle yet, but the link is there right now in the notes. So go fill out the doodle so we can change. Yeah, you haven't. Go fill out the doodle so we can change the time of the meme party so it's not on Sundays. It looks like the top contender is like Thursdays at 10 a.m. Mountain. But yeah, once we reschedule the meme party, I think like I'll send a tweet out about it and try to get more like new extra like soft contributors like coming in, getting more familiar with Giveth and contributing in this. I think it would be better to do it at that better time. Yeah, I don't think there's much that needs to be said about this. So let's just move on to onboarding resources. So I know that Mia made this like onboarding guide, and I think Ashley was starting to work on a contributors guide. Do you guys have any updates on this?
No, not updates. Ashley and I still need to meet.
Yeah, we haven't met. I've been feeling pretty crappy the past few days and finally feeling better today. And I think Mia has to do a border run soon. So, yeah, us collaborating on something is slow moving at the moment. The contributors guide, I can still like continue to add to it. And I mean, you guys can still look at the document. I haven't changed anything since our last meeting. But yeah, that's kind of the status of that.
Is it in a GitHub issue already, Ashley?
I believe there is one from before when we were doing the wiki to docs, but I don't know the location of it at the moment. I'll see if I can find it and I can post it in here.
Okay, yeah, or at least post the link to the contributors guide that you're working on, and just for whatever. I mean, if it's not ready for me,
unless that's Mia's document, I think that's it. The link right there.
I think that's Mia's document because I pasted that in here.
Yeah, I'll post it. I think it was in the last call notes. I'll post it in there right now.
Okay, thanks. So next thing is analytics review. So Mitch has been having a lot of fun with analytics. You want to take this one, Mitch?
Yeah, well, I mean, we asked for it. The devs built it, so now it's here. And I haven't heard much feedback, so I just really want to get the final thumbs up and close this out for Giveth.io at least. I got some feedback from Lauren last night. I incorporated it. I'm going to start working on Trace now that that's live. And really, I'm just looking for confirmation that it looks good, and then I can close this issue out for myself.
I think it looks great, personally.
Does anyone have any questions? Okay. Love it. I think it's like, yeah. If you just go into the dashboards, you're able to see all the information there for the last 30 days. And I find it's been super useful, like showing how many donations, how many projects have been created per day in a monthly schedule. So
totally. And I think it's like, this is an interesting tool to use as well. If we're doing like other kind of campaigns or like promo pushes, we can see like if and when we're getting more users. So I think, I don't know how to use it fully right now, but I can see it as a valuable tool for the future.
yeah, but it's especially like given recently when we had all the Chinese projects and donors, like you can see the spike there and you have a quantifiable number and a percentage with it to see what happened on the site.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Okay, good. So I'm not hearing much, so I'm going to consider this done.
Nice. So this is done for IO, and now you're gonna set up analytics for Trace next.
Yeah, just kind of based on the same metrics that we have for IO.
Awesome. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Sounds great. Yeah, great. So the next thing I had on the agenda was so just this like Give Economy design copy. It's in the notes there. There's like a Figma file, and I also posted in the Give Economy chat. No, Willie posted it. But it was basically like Ashley and Mitch and me, we had this call a little while ago where we like walked through that Notion document. Willie and I kind of like made it into mock-ups that need to be like obviously fixed and made more pretty by Marco or like one of his minions. But I basically just wrote text for the garden and I wrote text for give back. So if you guys want to go in there and just do a little like QA on the text, especially if you open the give, I can share my screen quickly just to show you if you wanted to go and do it later. Oh, thanks.
Next to it,
Nice. So if you go here and go to the give drop, oh yeah, hey Mitch, I see you in the document. Like mostly down here at the bottom. So we're gonna have this like welcome to the GiveAcon and then these tabs here at the bottom. So this is like from the Giveth homepage. There's going to be like a little give one. It says like home, community, projects, give. And then you click give and you end up on this page where it has welcome to the Give Economy and these like subtabs. And the subtabs open the different sections: overview, garden, farm, give back, give stream. So the give garden, I just wrote about it here. So you can vote and you can earn on your staked give. And then I wrote like some content of the pillars. And then I did the same thing for give backs. So if you guys have some time and you want to do like some QA, make some comments on this, it would be great. And then like, since we're just in the document, I'll show you very quickly as well. We added also like to communicate the stream, this extra slide to the give drop. So it's like the give that keeps on giving. And so we're having this like progress bar. And there'll be like a little pop-up that like explains the stream a little bit better. But this is like basically like how far into the 5-year period the give is, and it just says like the give stream rate. So yeah, feel free to like go through this Figma and add any comments. There's also the liquidity mining down here. So then this is okay. Yeah, the liquidity mining, we added these pools, and then there's like just pop-ups that also show the stream. Because like part of it is going to be claimable and part of it is going to be streaming. This is like the claimable and locked portions of the liquidity mining rewards. And then this is going to be like the give stream tab, which shows the amount immediately claimable and the amount being streamed on ETH and XDAI. And then we just decided to like repeat these sections of the give drop thing, which are like the fun calculators on the give stream page, is like ways that you can use give. So anyway, I don't want to take too much time with that, but it's there, and that's like your quick overview walkthrough. Feel free to like go and leave any comments if you think text needs to be changed or if something could be communicated better. It would be really great. Yeah, awesome. Okay. Thanks. I had a lot of fun. Okay, but so if there's nothing immediate on that, we can just move on to next thing was the terms and conditions. So I haven't actually done much more work on this, but I was not accidentally, Griff is always in calls next to me, and so I overhear a lot of his calls. He was in like the TC legal call where they were working on their covenant, and they added like they did it similar to ours, but added some sections that were like making it a lot better. And I was thinking that maybe we could improve upon our covenant and then also translate that over into the terms of use and sort of also use the one from the giving block. So I sort of just put the links in there, but I haven't done a lot of work on this. I'd be happy to give it to somebody else or just keep working on it or work on it some more this week. But that's just the update there.
Sorry, what is it missing? You want to incorporate the updates from the TEC?
I wanted to kind of put them together and then also write the terms of use for Giveth.io, and kind of the giving block has a nice terms of use that they said that we could fork and use, and the one that's currently on Giveth.io is extremely bad and just makes no sense. And because it was forked from somewhere else, but forked from somewhere else that wasn't that applicable. So I think this is relevant to the conversation we were having before about making the listed and unlisted projects, because I think that projects that should be canceled, we can be they violate our terms and conditions, and then our terms and conditions should be more clear. So I think that these things, the terms and conditions or terms of use and the covenant are related, and same with the Giveth.io resilience listed unlisted thing.
But the covenant is also going to be used for the gardens.
Yeah, the covenant is going to be used for the gardens as well. I mean, I'm happy to try to incorporate the updates from the TC covenant into the Giveth covenant. I mean, they had some nice things. I just wanted to make the Giveth covenant a little better. But for the general terms of use, I haven't done much progress on that, and it's sort of it's not a very technical task. I was actually thinking if Mia wanted to take something else on, this might be something useful or cool that you might want to do, but also no pressure.
I can try and see if it makes sense to me.
Okay.
I also know that Danny Bell in our last, I know she's not here anymore, but in our last call, she had said that she was willing to help you on this issue. So maybe Mia, as you're going through, if you need any support or have any questions about anything, maybe reach out to Danny Bell. I don't know if you just volunteer her, but last meeting she was shown interest in working on that.
Thanks.
Yeah, she did actually. I forgot, but you're right. So Mia, maybe I could coordinate with you and explain a little further after the call, and then maybe you could get in touch with Danny Bell and see if this is something that you want to contribute to. I don't know. Are you looking for more things to contribute to?
Yes, it's just this week is mad because I'm moving and because of the border run / applying for residency. So, yeah.
This isn't really a time-sensitive issue anyway. This could take a few weeks. It's not totally crucial. I mean, it's been up there on our site this whole time in this bad format. So I think if you don't have time this week and you have time next week, it would be totally great too.
Cool. Awesome.
Okay, great. So moving on, the Discord promo push. So last week, Danny brought this up as an agenda item we didn't really get to address, but I don't know if it's still happening, but it was they were offering fun extra features to Discord people that had more than 500 members. Right? Did you guys know anything about that?
Yeah, Ashley didn't say. You said something about that.
In the Discord, I can access our analytics, and as of right now, I can see how many members we have. I can see kind of what else? I can see the welcome page things, but it doesn't give me a whole lot of information. It's one or two things that I can see how many people are following, how many servers are following our announcements channel, those kind of small things. But as soon as we hit 500 members, then we'll start collecting more analytics data when it comes to Discord. I'm not sure the scope of all the data and what it will include, but I also want to just say, if we do this Discord promotional push, I think that it's important to get, quality over quantity, you know? I don't want to just get 500 people in here just so that we can start collecting information. I'd rather, we're really close. I think we're at like 450 or, you know, something really close. So eventually we will start collecting the information. I don't know if we want to just start inviting lots of random people into our server just so that we can get analytics, though.
Well, yeah, I totally agree. Maybe we could just take a minute, do a round of some ideas of ways that we could get quality people in.
Yeah, I think immediately of that proposal of the strategic airdrop, all these communities that supposedly we're going to be giving them or proposing to give them give tokens, it'd be nice if they joined our Discord server. They're probably interested in it.
Yeah, that's totally true. So maybe we could reach out to those communities and be like, hey, join our Discord server. Like, maybe I think something that would be useful is if we had like a specific message. Maybe we like draft like we've got exciting things coming, and then maybe we could share like Griff's like Gerv's video announcement. Sorry.
Yeah, and you can tie it in with the Gitcoin grant. Right?
Yeah.
So shill, Discord invitation, announcement.
Yeah.
And
So she'll get going.
And then I think also inviting like other servers to subscribe to our announcements channel, because if their servers are getting our announcements, then like some of the members of their servers will be like, oh, what's that? And they'll like click and join.
Yeah. That sounds good. So I don't know what's the best way to do that. I already reached out, I think, to the TC and the Common Stack and Metagame to follow our announcements channel, but we should definitely like get in like Bright ID and I don't know, there's like a whole bunch. I guess we just need somebody to like own, somebody to own like the two items. Like one is like shilling to other communities and one is to ask people to subscribe to our announcement channel. Or we put this all in one message and share it all over the place.
Well,
I think.
Yeah, I think.
Go ahead.
Inviting them to follow our announcements channel should be separate from this message that we send out. But I'm willing to own reaching out to servers, partner servers and stuff, and like more closely, like maybe I'll just directly message Pazlar or something and see if we can get on Bright ID and like just do more in like a more personal outreach for that for main people in the servers. And then I would be happy to help shill the other message if somebody wanted to like draft it, because I do have a lot of servers on my Discord.
I can draft the message. Yeah, but so if we're gonna, the thing is, if we're gonna shill Gitcoin, I don't think we should do it for another week at least. You know, or it starts on the 8th. That's 2 weeks from now. 2 weeks is a long time.
I mean, is it time sensitive to get the Discord analytics?
Maybe not. I don't know. Is it?
No, I don't think so. I don't think it's time sensitive. I think we should be more strategic about it. Yeah, and I think like having all those things in one. Also, in the Gitcoin descriptions, the updates that we did, there is a link to the Discord in the Gitcoin description, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I think once we show the Gitcoin thing in the Discord and that kind of stuff, like there'll be enough links that we should get enough people in, but I don't think we really need to like push right now to get this information.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So then we just wait.
Oh,
go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead, Lauren.
Yeah, I was just gonna probably say the same thing. Maybe then we just wait. Like we can draft something and then we wait until like late next week to share in other servers.
Sounds good.
And then actually once we reschedule our meme party and we can tweet about it and I can add the Discord link, like join our meme parties at this time in our Discord and add the Discord link to our Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Nice. Okay, Mia, you didn't get a chance to speak. Do you have any ideas that you wanted to add to this?
No, I'm just following with all the notes.
Okay, great. Cool. Anything else? Do you guys think that we should add? I think this is good. Okay, great. So then we already talked about the listed and unlisted guide, and then the last thing was from Monique. He was asking in the comms channel if we could create, I guess, more of an organized flow to collect feature requests from users of like Giveth Trace and Giveth.io, so that they can like get more organized and like prioritize. But we talked about this before. You know, we do have the feedback form, but yeah, I don't know if you guys think
Yeah,
we could improve on here.
He asked me and Kai too, because like to set up the zaps to their board so that people could request features on Trace, and it would like create an issue on the Giveth DApp repo rather than the Giveth Next. And so like I can work with him to do that. I guess the big question around it for me is that if the goal is working towards having one application and eventually probably using the same repos, you know, as the teams get more integrated, is there really a need to have to go a separate route right now? If the goal is integration, then maybe we just take steps towards integrating the application rather than, you know, I don't know, that's just the biggest question for me.
Yeah. I don't think that, well, that doesn't seem like the most important thing. Like, it doesn't seem to matter too much whether it goes on the Giveth Next or Giveth DApp repo for now, because I think it's still, we don't have an organized way of like prioritizing feature requests or like creating like, I don't know. Wouldn't it be cool if we just like had, oh, I wonder, what if we added like, what if we created like a survey of like what features you would like to see next, and then like kind of like opened it up to the community to like vote on things?
I think that could be an idea once we start receiving more, but right now
Yeah.
it's just like we've gotten 2 or 3 maybe, you know, so there's just not a whole lot coming in as of right now. But I think once we start getting more users and people start requesting more features, then that's definitely something to go into. But as of right now, it's like little to nothing to work with. And they do come up on the boards. I mean, they're there and people can see them. They automatically get the feature request label. So if somebody wanted to filter by feature request, they could look into it. But
Yeah.
I just don't know if it's a big enough thing right now to like open up to a community.
Yeah, and do we have developer bandwidth for new features?
Yeah, that's the
Yeah,
other
right. Not really, eh?
No, because it's like we don't have enough. Like we're trying to pull people from DApp development and put them in Give Economy and, you know, doing all this technical integration.
Yeah, I think it's like a nice idea and good to like kind of discuss. We have, you know, like in the future, it would be cool to like collect more and then find a way of organizing it, but it just doesn't seem like a priority right now. Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like, you know, right now the way that it's set up, in order for users to even get on Trace, they have to be on IO first, you know? So having that support page there with the feature request available, I think that that's good enough, because people are going to be like first on IO and later on Trace. So I don't know if people would even correlate to like try to request features for separate applications that don't seem separate to them.
Yep. Totally. I think we just put this on the shelf for now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Just looking at our last call from that retro whatever, the biggest issue that everyone found is that we're putting too much focus on Trace and we need to move forward.
Yeah, 100%. I thought that was kind of interesting and cute.
Yeah, I liked that thing too. That was cool.
Okay, well, so great. This kind of brings us to the bottom of the agenda that I put together based on last week's agenda and things that just came out of my brain and the board. Is there anything else that you guys are working on for comms, or like want support on, or like think we should go back to, that we should do now? How do you feel about like your workload for the week?
I feel pretty comfortable with the tasks that I have, and I think that it's good that we're focusing a lot more on kind of like being active in the forum and like posting our feedback around different things like the design things, and like moving the tasks forward that we already have, and like clearing some of those blockers instead of adding like new tasks to our list.
Yeah. Totally. Okay. Yeah. Do you want to pass it, Ashley?
I feel good. Yeah, I think I crushed a lot of things that I wanted to get done last week. I'm really focusing on trying to transition into development, so I'm not looking to take a whole bunch of comms issues, but I feel comfortable with what I have to answer the question, and I'll give it to Mia.
It'll be good once Ashley and I've met, but that should happen like next week. Okay, Lauren.
Yeah, I feel pretty good. I feel like there's like a lot of these like tiny things that just take all this time and trying to get people motivated. And I think, but I agree with Ashley. I think it's good that we've been doing a lot of interacting on the forum, and it does feel like a lot of kind of like housekeeping, cleaning up. I'd love it if like in the next, like I'd love it if we could get like a lot of these like smaller things just like out of the way, and then we could focus again more on things like producing like new content that we need. Like we sort of shelved all the Give economy documentation that we kind of like divvied up and like made issues for, but we didn't actually like kind of focus on and create yet. So I think that it would be great if we could, I don't know, just like wipe the agenda clean soon and then like have space to be focusing on these like next steps things, especially the Give economy. The Give economy I think is like so important to like push and support and like get out as soon as possible. So that's why I think these things like make the DApp resilient and then like finish the design and stuff for Give economy and then improve communication around that is like, yeah, the most important things to focus on. But I mean, it's all important. Everything we're doing is important. It's all related.
I feel like a lot of this stuff like aren't comms blockers, and we're waiting on other things.
Yeah.
Like the Give economy to decide what it's going to be, and then we write it down, you know, or the designs to be finished by that circle or that working group, and then we can write about it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I do think also for the Give economy, we're pretty much there. Like there's not too much that would change the way that we need to write the documentation at this point. So soon we'll be able to get started on that. Yeah. But I feel good, and yeah, I'm grateful for all you guys in this call. We're done like 14 minutes early, unless anyone else has something else to add. Yay! Okay. Oh,
hey!
Hooray!
Okay, well, thanks so much, everybody, for joining.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And thanks for facilitating, Lauren, and taking notes, Mia, and all the stuff.
Yay.
Yay!
Thank you.
Yay!
Bye.
Group hug! Group hug!
Okay. I'm getting lunch.
Why do you want to be a dev, Mitch? This is the best team.
That interests me more. I don't know.
I know. No, it's cool. I get it. It's cool. I don't want to do all the